Judgment. Don't turn your back. Judgment. Hello friends, welcome back to Failurewood Hills. I'm Colonel Failure and these folks are jolly happy. But who wouldn't be when you're sat outside the snowman execution zone of Judgment 2, Judge Harder. According to the recommendations I received last time, the ideal would be to put a snowman on duty here, helping to recycle one of his comrades, which as you can see is going along splendidly. Also requested was the Repent billboard, which was ever present last time around, and obviously I've made that happen using the fabulous new Planet Coaster billboard system. It has the animation, friends. That's no mean feat right there. It took me editing a video, which is something I am deeply unfamiliar with. Anyway, in today's episode, what are we going to be doing? Well, we've got two tasks at hand right now. I've got something specific in mind for Mr. Cthulhu's over there, but I'm not going to get to that today because that's going to be another one of those time-lapsey speed build kind of a deals. But I do have a plan for it, but we'll do that at another point. We're going to sort out the Vendatorium here, the selection of outlets that we currently have. I'm quite tempted to I don't know, maybe add another drinks venue of some description, since everybody's very thirsty. They're clearly filling up on whatever sugary delight Steggs has brought to the party. On which note, I have actually fixed the path leading to the gingerbread monstrosity. That is now completely fixed, like so. Basically, instead of lowering the building, I raised the path. Yeah, you know, these things work. Anyway, so yeah, spot a decoration and reorganising the buildings here, and then if we get around to it, some kind of a ride involving water. But I might not get around to that. We'll probably do that. We'll probably do the planning for it. Anyway, do stick around, and we'll get this show on the road. Right, now we start at the entrance of the park. You possibly noticed in the slightly unnecessary preamble that I did today. But I've stuck a second billboard at the front. My intention is going to be at some point I'll set up a Failurewood Hills special edition welcome billboard there. In fact, look, that guy's on the run from the law. Go on, mate, do him in the kneecaps. You better run, you dirty scoundrel. Look, Mush, I'm not paying you to be, to be wishy-washy about these things. You know, tase him if the need arises. We're not standing for pickpockets in Failurewood Hills. No. So yes, so the billboard I will make use to advertise the latest and greatest events that we have going on, which right now obviously is the Judgment 2. Possibly could have implied the name of the ride on there, but everybody knows that the snowmen watching them is related to this glorious edifice to winter. However, before we crack on, I thought I'd show you the extent of the decoration. I'm not 100% happy with it yet. I'll probably tweak it a little bit more to fill in those bits of grass that are showing, and try and conceal where there's lumps of snow kind of overlapping one another. But I have at least filled in the entire block that it's occupying, and it's it's not bad, even though I say so myself. I need to dress up this concrete a little bit more. I could probably just cover the whole thing in air conditioners. That would do the job. Would kind of set the tone. Anyway, right, onwards. Let's go and do something practical instead of just all this chit chat. Let's go get something done. So the challenge we have is these four items we've got here. So we've got the kidney failure. We've got the relieve yourself restroom, finely named that is. We've got the staff building 19. Yes, I think we should refer to this as the staff re-education centre. I'll even spell it in a slightly more internationally friendly fashion. Look, but yes, for when my staff, need whipping back into shape, figuratively and literally, they now have a room to go to. Darcy Fountain, good name. Was resting. Oh look, she's bummed out. I don't know what her problem is. What's your problem, Darcy? Come here. Why are you looking down at the dump? I don't pay you to be miserable. Do you have to work over in Steggoland? Is that it? I like that they put effort into this staff building. I'm content with my paycheck, but you're not happy. Heading to shop. Which shop do you... You work in kidney failure, for crying out loud. What's your problem? You're just not happy. Entering shop, waiting for customers to serve. $80 a month. Training is... She's a trainee. I'll tell you what. Have some training, all right? Be more productive. We need you to be productive, Darcy. Get it on the go. Time spent travelling to build. Time spent resting 32%. Time on duty 61%. That's not efficient. Right, we'll see if she hangs with it. I've had staff members quit before, and frankly, they're easily replaced. The one other thing, since the night is falling, that people suggested that was a total necessity is the eerie red lighting that goes into the setup here, and we certainly have that judgmental snowmen as far as the eye can see. Anyway, enough of past glories. Let's get on with some current glories, and indeed future ones as well. Right, so rather than just whip these shops out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop them down in a new formation over here, and then hope I can align them correctly with the building. Now, the good news is that the brand new Adventure Pack released today, and as part of that, you can now maneuver things around with a much greater freedom. Well, not that much greater, but quite a bit greater freedom is that now you can work on a 1 meter block instead of a 2 meter block. I know, it's pretty heady stuff, and I, for one, am rather grateful for it. So the grid size, if we now drop that to 1 meter, this will give us far greater ability to line stuff up. Right, so where's my next customer? Next customer's the bathroom. There we go. Yeah, like that. And then these should just match up nicely. Do you hear me? You should match up nicely. That's not... No, see, look. What you've got here is not matched up nicely. That's the opposite to what I want. That's what I want. Just slide this way a bit, would you? There you go. That'll do. Or will it? Yeah, that'll do. Will it? You sure? Doesn't feel like they're matched up, does it? And yet they are. Okay, right. Well, fine. Let's do that. No, this. If we make them 4 apart. Apologies for the lack of coherent narrative here. I'm trying to second guess myself with regard to how I've placed other things. And then next to that, we need the loony balloons, because straight after you come out of the bathroom, the first thing I want is a balloon. Cheers me up no end. After a troubling moment or two, it's the kind of thing to really lift your spirits. There we go. So we'll have one of those, and then we need a staff rest room, which is in here. There we go, right there. Okay, shuffle along a little. Now, with all these in line, as they shortly will be, there we are. What we can do is we can move that as a unit over where we need it, and then we can make sure they're all lined up equally across the face of this building, which will allow me to then do some kind of decorative malarkey that will help us along. Right. Well, now all I need to do is find the button that will allow me to bulldoze these things. If if you turn it off, then you can demolish away. Kidney failure. Edit building. No, just delete. Yes, as it turns out. Right. Select building. Kill the building. This is easy peasy. Right. Up you go. Murderate and get that away from me. Oh, one step too far. Hello, undo button. All right, okay, that one clearly was part of the building overall. Shocking. Right, brace for crying children. What a great name. Right, now then, if we also remove a bit of this pathway here, like, no, you've once again gone a step too far. And ruined it for everybody. Length 1. Let's go to length 3 and see if it wants to connect anything to anything. No, for some reason that was evidently a load-bearing piece of path. Right. Okay. Well, let's get in there and see if we can't just remove this little tiny piece here, because that's the only piece I want to get rid of. Right there. No, see, it's. No, you're fighting me here, pathing tool. Now, I mean, as much as that's not unusual, fighting me seems to be what you were put on this planet to do. It's not what I'm. It's not what. No, look at that. That's horrible. No. All right, get rid of that bit as well, and we'll just work backwards and see if we can't get this all to comply. Get rid of that. Do a bit of this. Connect up to there, which will probably help if I make it super long. No, it's super ugly. It's too thin. Okay, right. 10 meters. Really, 10 meter a pathway. Feels quite extreme, doesn't it? I get the sense that the undo button may be coming my way again. I also get the sense that staff member that I recently gave a big pay rise to and some training, I've just deleted her. Which was, something of a waste of money on my part. Tell you what, we'll figure that out in a minute. First off, let's go get these new chaps in. There we go. Let's turn the. I see I made the mistake there of turning the easygoing camera off, and all of a sudden we're whipping around like we're on some kind of stimulants. Right, there we go. Now, you lot, hello there. Are you not all part of the same facility? All right, well, give me the multi-select then. Hello, chums. Come with me. Oh, and better still, you've given me the advanced movement tool, which is the only movement tool that any of us really need. But I suspect it's going to give me some jip when I try and line it up against the building here. See, now that they're even, it's much nicer. Admittedly, I could have done with... could maybe have done with working the spacing out a little bit more, but you know what? It's not far. In fact, it's not off at all. It's spotless, flawless, total victory. It's now going to tell me it can't do it. No, pull it forward just a bit more. There you go. We want to at least see the shelf with all the magnificent wares on board. There you are. She's excited to be a part of it. Let's have it. Bosh! Hey, victory. Smashing. Now let's name these folks up accordingly. This is kidney failure. Yeah, it's exactly like the last one, but this one's different. The other thing that we can do, of course, is we can now change the names of things, which is doubly exciting. And also, they seem to have forgotten that I charge a premium for this stuff because I'm worth it. Let's give them extra caffeine. I want you bundling around a place. Yeah, just bang it in. And then a little bit of ice. That's good too. With the XL, however, extra caffeine, like lots. And then ice, same. I set that up as though it was going to be something different. However, this is this one's called the Enthuse Shake. What's it infused with? Yes, it is. And then the larger version is called Maximum Enthusiasm, which has to be in capitals because people who drink one tend to scream a lot. Smashing. Meanwhile, we've got the relieve yourself back in here. Relieve, yes, spelt correctly, or near enough. Yourself. And then next to that, we've got balloons. The child, yes, tantrum generator. Red balloon. This one is E. I can't remember the colour scheme. This one's E45. No, that's a skin cream. I see. I hatched a notion there with regards to additives in food, and naming all of the different colours that we got here after. Just take it as red. All right, it's really funny, especially if you know your additives in food, which evidently I don't. Okay, so the red balloon is going to be. I could go Nina. There you go. You either get that joke or you don't. Possibly speaks a little to your age if you do get that joke. This is... hold on. Let's fox people. This is going to be the rainbow balloon. That's it. Yeah. I'm onto an ocean now. Balloon. This one is official Star Wars balloon. This one is Elsa from Frozen. The next one is going to be. You're going to go. How about magic? Yeah, unicorn. Perfect. And the last one is Optimus Prime. Because this is the child tantrum generator, and when they see the picture of Optimus Prime and then they receive the Optimus Prime balloon, I think that disconnect is going to immediately generate a splendid tantrum, and we're going to charge extra for Elsa from Frozen, because if they order one of those, the shop assistant will sing one of the many songs from Frozen, which is sure to delight just about everybody involved, especially the worker of the shop. Right. Meanwhile, last here is here's my staff re-education centre. Re-education centre, where my staff go in order to get cheerful again, after having to sing that song from Frozen 56 times. I've not actually seen Frozen, but I'm aware that there is a song. I'm aware that it is jolly popular, and therefore that's a bit of pop culture humour. Right, now then, 4 metres. Are you going to connect up to the little bridge here, or is the little bridge going to play Not Today You Don't, Not in This Park? It looks like the latter. Maybe if I turn the angle snap off and we freehand this Nope. Well, you can. I can make it look like it's having some kind of moment, but in terms of actually getting it to connect, not so much. Right. Okay. Well, let's take a different approach at this. No. Look. I applaud you, One Piece of Path, for wanting to get involved in connecting with anything going. You're clearly that way inclined, but it says so on your Match.com profile and everything. No, you're just too keen. Too keen. There you are. Right. What I want me little paths coming out. I ought to go and watch the video where I made this work, and study my form for tips. Right. Okay. Here we go. No, that's not wide enough. We're gonna have to go all 10. Let's make it max length, and then if I bash it on here. Oh, I appear to have bashed it on there as well. No, you've deleted that bit. Oh, the random mouse clicking is really letting us down strongly. Get rid of it. There we are. Right, now, you just whiz it out, down. There's your flaming, chuffing, whatchamacallit. Right, okay, you know what? I'm going to set this to music. Here we go. And there it is. In the same amount of time that it took me to build one of the finest adventure park theme rides ever seen, I have managed to place 4 straight pieces of path. Yes, bow before me. I am now the maestro. Perfect. I removed a bench and a bin there. I can't let that stand. Let's hit the play button here and get everybody to figure out where it was that they were. Oi, you, Susie Happy Fountain. Quit looking so flippin' dejected. I've just given you a freaking training package that should make you into Sally Happy Trousers. Stop being such a down in the pants sourpuss and get back to work and what have you. Right, where's my bench? There's my bench. This feels like a good benchy kind of a place. In fact, you know what? I'm so in the mood for celebrating. I'm gonna do a double bench and bin bill there. Right, smashing. Now, obviously, with all this jiggery pokery that I've done, I just kicked everybody off every ride on Failurewood Hills, and there seems to be some kind of mass migration to Steggoland going on, which can't be allowed to continue. Right, anyway, we're going to play Let's Make These Buildings Less Ugly.com, which actually, thinking about it now, is possibly going to take a little longer than unintended. This might have a cause for... will you people stop making so much noise? I'm trying to inform the good people at home as to my next cunning wheeze. Brick. There we go. We've got plenty of brick to choose from. This modern brick appears to be made out of sand rather than brick. We'll go with classic here. Now, you've got the classic brick 4-metre shop front. Classic in every sense of the word. Which you can just bang in front of the thing to make it look like, well, I don't know what. Like you're buying a gulpy from someone's front window, by the looks of it. And that's is not exciting enough. I'm gonna need shop attractions and all kinds of advertising. I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna do that properly. Instead, what we will do is what I actually promised I'd do. I've reversed my situation in this episode already. The pathing, I tell you, it's just thrown me off entirely. Lighting was what I said we were going to do. Yeah, how about that for a bait and switch? You kind of go, oh, I'll stick this one with this one. He's going to move some shops around, and that's one of my favourite things to see in the entire world. Well, sorry about that, but no, lighting is what I actually advertised last time, so I'm going to crack on with that, and then I'll do a proper build over those chaps, and it'll be well worth your time next time, probably. Right, now, what I'm looking for here is some kind of lamppost that is not a lamppost, right? Because any fool can make a lamppost out of a lamppost. Now, this chimney's not bad, it's just a little bit chunky. That chimney is less useful. Iron chimney tall. Again, although, that said, that is pretty spectacular. Now, I think with the right amount of dressing up, let's take this over to a quiet area of the park here. Maybe just in range of the snowman. So we've got some relaxing tunes to go with it. Right, if we bang that down... Okay, well, you could put some kind of glow ball in the top there, or if you can't find a glow ball, just fire will do the trick. But I'll get accused of plagiarism if I do that, because Steggs has already used fire, the cheeky young scamp. Right, lamp, light. No. Let's try lamp, because I love lamp. Right, skull lamppost. How controversial. What are these? Bauble, small lampshade, large lampshade. Alright, well, what do we think? I mean, it's going to look odd. If that sits on there... Alright, now, ignore that it's badly placed for a moment. I just want to see what it looks like with the lights turned off. It's only a lampshade. It doesn't actually say that it's a lamp, and I suspect it might not actually be one. Let's switch it to dark. Yeah, hardly going to light your way now, is it? You, sir, get out of there. Alright, let's find something that actually sheds some short lamppost. And that, I wouldn't like to describe what that looks like. Square lamp. Alright, that might work. If we use some conceal them together. It's all a question about whether it sheds any light at all. I'm less bothered about the park guests being able to see. It's more about... I mean, it does look good. So what I'd probably do with that... I mean, it's just as well I'm not bothered about the guests being able to see. This sheds absolutely no light whatsoever. It's all about putting it in a place where... I see that's quite cool. See if it would actually hide inside perfectly, which putting a square peg in a round hole there, I'm not entirely convinced it will. Yeah, hold everything. That's nice. What was that noise? It was Mr. Cthulhu making a noise like death. There, I perhaps should not have been surprised by that. Right, so I like that so much, we're going to have another one. Right, and then we'll whip that up there. Is it actually conferring any additional lighting to the proceedings, though? Oh, you know, you get a bit. Now you can see the base, look. No, that's no good. You might want it just, you know, a cheeky peek out at the top. But you want the base to be concealed, so it would have to be quite a big cheeky peek out at the top. Alright, yeah, no, I like that. That's good. We just need something now to mask the rod in the middle, because if you're going to abuse different pieces of scenery and try and make them look like something which they ain't, then I came over all Eliza Doolittle there for a moment. But if that's what you're going to do, then you need to kind of mask it as much as possible, so people look at it and go, "My gosh, what you've done there is really jolly clever, isn't it?" And you can go, "Well, yes." Well, I'm not going to find it in with the other lamps now, am I? We need, you know, it's going to be a cylindrical something, and maybe one of these baubles will do the job. But obviously not one of these brightly coloured, youthful numbers. We want something that is sombre for people with a serious disposition, like myself. Now, I wonder if... will you come back here? Why will you not stay at the height that I wish you to be at? Insisting on sinking into the ground every chance you get. Alright, tell you what, plunk it in, and then we'll use the advanced tools to advance it around the place some. Right, Mr. Red here. Alright, we plop it up like this. Now, this may end up looking ghastly, in which case we'll get rid of it, but, I mean, I'm not even sold on this chimney yet, but it is now shedding some light, and that is kind of the plan that we had here. I hope you people are riveted by the construction of lampposts, because that's what we're about. Right, what have we got there? That's... Yeah, how's that? Well, it's not straight. There you go. That is. That's better. Right, now then, give me some manoeuvring. And then down. Alright, so that would be concealment with just a square of light on its head. It does have a certain alien quality to it. I mean, if I were to put a speaker of some description in there, with which one, such as myself, may communicate to the masses, then that might work quite well. I see, and that's also, you know, that's giving me an idea, and that's always fatal, because ideas tend to involve 6 or 7 hours worth of tinkering around before I decide it wasn't worth it. There you go. Go on, sit. Can you just evenly sit in there, or do I need to sink it a bit more? So we just hide the top of the funnel entirely. Okay, right. Well, that's placed, such as it is. It's odd, which obviously I like. It's not shedding a lot of light, thereby somewhat undermining its purpose in life. However, we don't need it to be as pink. We need it to be black. And then to go with that, a bit of grey. That's a serious colour for serious individuals. Right, there we go. That's the finished product. Yeah, I quite like it. It's very odd. It needs, well, what it needs here is some wires. Everyone knows that you can't have lights without wires. No, maybe not called wires, maybe they're called cables. There we are, right. Electrical cable, 3 and a bit meters worth. Splendid. Give me the maximum rotation device here, and we'll maximally rotate it so that we can plumb it into the grid and hope that no kiddies get their hands on it, because that will ruin what would have been otherwise a very splendid day out. Right, a bit of that. Thank you, Mr. Cthulhu. Oh, you've broken it, you Charlie. Well, let's hope Johnny Spanners is in the vicinity to come and make that work. But I'm building a lamp at the moment. It's serious business. There you are. See, there we go. Bit of detailing. That's what you do. Just see. Look at this. Is he? Oh no, she's just kind of stood there going, "Oh, I don't know what happened to it." I mean, meanwhile, I'm fighting the camera. Oh, blimey, I'm not just fighting the camera. The camera's fighting me. Wow, we really are going mucho rapido there. And of course, then when we put on free roam, because I try and get nice passing shots at a leisurely speed, it's neither one thing or the other. Crikey! Look, do that, right, and then this. There you go. Now that was the mouse wheel, which had a profound effect. I don't know if you noticed it or not. Sorry, I appear to have got distracted by the camera here. Surprised this didn't hit me sooner, given that I have been zipping about a bit. There we go. That's it. Now get back to mocking the young lady who is still awaiting Johnny Spanners. How many Johnny Spanners are we actually employing here? Roster. Where's me staff rosts? Security management? No, not security management. All staff. There we are. Sort by. Right, certain customers wandering around. Colonel. Apparently I'm a cleaner. Yeah, I'll have to have words about that in a minute. Oh, Craig Bonilla. He's got no energy and he's deeply unhappy. Have some training, be less unhappy. Have a bit of a pay rise while you're at it. An extra £5 ought to sort you right out. But he is evidently very busy, so I'm gonna hire him a co-worker. Get to work immediately. Come here. There you are. All right, and so we know who you are. You are, in fact, Johnny Spanners. All right, John, make the Spanners happen, dear boy. She's getting frantic. The guests all seem to be having a belter of a time, no matter what. Look at them, just laughing away there. Oh, this ride's going on for ages. It's not very high octane, though, is it? Right, getting back to my lamp pole. In that way that we do, I need to attach a speaker to it, because I mean it's lending itself. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's either the gaping maw of the Sarlacc, or it's a speaker of some description. I'm going to go with the former. Right, park speaker, ambient, display, music, triggered, music. Oh, that's a bit bigger than I'd hoped. Oh no, hold on, everything's come. This is all coming to fruition now. I've concocted a scheme. See, it's playing the Dragon Dungeon, which is not what we want. What we want here is the Judgment tune. There you go. It's the Judgment tune, everybody. Brilliant. That's going to put everyone in the mood all the time. Right, whiz that around. Are we in the mood for whizzing that around? Maybe I need a slightly different angle for the whizzage. A tone for your crimes, as you should. The snowmen are watching you. Right, and then let's whip that up a bit. Alright, well, okay, we grabbed blue. But, see, because of the sizable nature of this gaudy monstrosity, I've been able to obscure it partially. Although I quite like the idea of it somewhat hanging out of the gaping maw of the sarlacc. How's that? Just ease it back a little bit more. Might as well make it flush. Beautiful. Almost. Beautiful. Definitely. Right, good. And then, to round it out, because it needs one more thing in there as well, we want the cam. Wall-mounted security camera. That's the stuff. So, security camera, 15-meter radius. No. Right, so now this will... it's not only bringing you entertainment and light, it's also keeping you safe. Where's it gone? Did it place there? Because I selected it. No, there we go. We didn't actually place it. Oh, and that's going to set it off marvellously. Running costs of $50 a month. I can't afford to place this in every lamppost. I'll go bankrupt off the basis of that alone. All right, we'll ditch the lamppost. It's a shame, but we'll just have to live with it. And I forgot to hit the tick box on the judgment speaker. I do that a lot, you know. Forget to hit the tick box. Go looking for something else to place, and it moves. And I'm going, oh, I had it where I wanted it, and now you have to move it again. Whip this over here, like this, just a little bit. Thank you very much. Then we switch to this one. Whap it across a touch. Does that look central? It looks mostly central. And then green, ups the daisy, and then blue. Insert. That's it. Right, that's it. Fill most of the mouth of the sarlacc, and then we're golden. We're golden. Right, what's the running cost on that? 50 cents a month. Oh, it's brilliant. I can have hundreds of those. That'll do nicely. So this is the, well, we'll call it the judge. No, this is just the happy light lamp post. Right, and then we'll even, because I'm that way inclined, we'll turn that into a blueprint for later usage. There we are, blueprint that sucker. Sort the lighting out. There we go. Blueprint, create new blueprint. I've done this several times already. No, that's to retrieve an existing. You do that, and then you add it to blueprints, you fool. Right, okay, so it's the well, what should we call it? In-game price $41. Annual blueprint, the sarlacc. It's with a C, isn't it? Sarlacc Lighting Solutions. Digested slowly over 1,000 years. With a catchy theme tune and light. Good. That clears it up nicely. Create blueprint. Smash. Right now, I can now, you know, manipulate this as much as I like. We'll get rid of the base model. There we are. That's quite enough of that. And then we'll use the blueprinted version. In a here's one I made earlier kind of a fashion, and we'll place this strategically hither and yon. Perfect. The kiddies are going to absolutely be in rapture at this new feature. Let's check it on nighttime mode. No. PM. Do it. Go. Little bit of light lets you know where you are. You're never far away from a tune. That's where you are. Okay, right. That's going to wrap it up for this time. I know. I feel like I've shortchanged you a little here. So to make up for it, let's bring back an old friend. There we go. This one is only one old friend will do. Golf. I don't think so. This is Hair Bear. Turns out that the extradition order that he was under, vis-a-vis his having stolen numerous funds from the original Failurewood Hills were for nothing. He's been let off the hook. He's allowed back in the country, and he's come back to work. He's that kind of professional, and I'm going to get a really great shot of him underneath the billboard. Because what more could anybody want? I've been Colonel Failure. Show your support for Hare Bear's dramatic return to work by flinging a like at this video. And subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on the next enthralling adventure. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!